The often deadly effect of the synthetic opioid fentanyl is contributed to the staggering number of drug overdoses that have occurred nationwide. The devastation is pushing people and authorities to take measures to curb its lethal effect. The question is, could a new strategy be the answer? Black market fentanyl has swept the nation and is leaving mass overdoses in its wake. Much cheaper to make than heroin and exponentially more potent, it's easier for users to overdose. Drug traffickers are making their own fentanyl and selling it mixed with heroin. This dangerous opioid cocktail has created a spike in death tolls to over 20,000 people in 2016. To slow down the bleeding, substance abuse advocates in New York and Los Angeles are handing out test strips to heroin users. The strips are used to detect traces of fentanyl in hopes it will discourage addicts from using before a possible overdose. But not everyone is sold on the strips as a worthwhile solution. The FDA is yet to approve, and many critics have pointed to false positives and a possible reverse effect, which could encourage some users to try the positive testing fentanyl in hopes of achieving a stronger high. So is it wise to fight this drug epidemic with users testing their own supply? Or could this backfire and leave an even more deadly weight in fentanyl's already gruesome path? So in short, you're an opiate addict, and you could use these strips to test the supply you bought off the street to see if fentanyl, synthetic fentanyl, is in it. Mm-hmm. I'm just curious, when I ask the three of you, do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing?
I commend them for their efforts. However, having gone and spoken to people in the midst of this opioid epidemic, they did tell us that dealers will intentionally lace the drugs with fentanyl or something else so that people will overdose. And when that happens, the word gets out and people flock to that particular dealer. So I think it goes back to what was said in the video clip. Some people will use the strip because they get upset if somebody says they're selling them heroin laced with something and it's just heroin. So they may use
want the people that you talk to, they are seeking.
They want that next
They're
level
seeking the
high.
fentanyl because they don't care anymore, right?
Correct.
They don't care about life or death. They care about the next high.
Exactly. So they don't just want the heroin. They want the heroin laced with fentanyl. And if someone tells them that they're getting the heroin laced with fentanyl, but they only get the heroin, they feel shortchanged. So I feel as though it may be a way for them to go and make sure their dealer is giving them what they want.
So it could make it worse, you
think? It could make it worse.
To work in the opposite way than what this study is suggesting. I mean, this comes out of Hopkins, very reputable
great
place.
Study.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they meant well, but I think we all agree that the same technology can be put to the opposite use.
Sadly, I just don't see someone who is abusing street drugs carrying around these little strips.
Yeah.
I just don't know how commonplace that would be. And yet, if people were willing to do it, and there's a pilot project out there and it works, and that's what you have to put it to the test. So once you get the strip that works accurately, you'd have to have some pilot projects.
Yeah.
So, and hypothetically, like say someone does want to use it, well, these strips will detect fentanyl in 3 variations, but these labs, they're always coming up with these new formulations, and so you're not going to pick those up. So if you think you're doing it and you're trying to be safe by chance, then you may get a false sense of security because, oh, it didn't test positive, so there's nothing there, when really it's just another variation.
So it can't really catch up necessarily to what's actually going on in the market, but to take the other side, for an individual who has an addiction, they have a very dimensional level of where they are in terms of where they want to get well. So for that small population who are they're still trying to work off maybe the heroin addiction, but they're saying we definitely don't want anything else in there, we're really trying to start making good decisions, perhaps for that small population this could apply and could be a way to get them to that final destiny.
More tools in the arsenal to fight this opiate epidemic, it's always a good thing. I mean, heck, these come out and say most people don't find them user-friendly, that's okay. Honestly, if it saves one life, let's go for it. Let's try it. Let's keep inventing things like this.
Yeah.
Because good Lord knows right now, this is a fight that we're losing.